what's poppin'? This your boy Jay the Comedian. Man, it is beautiful out here. I'm feeling good. I hope you guys are feeling good too. Today, I want to talk to you about the faithful and discreet slave research. The type of research done at the Watchtower Corporation. The crack team of researchers they have over there. And whether or not you should take the research answers that they give you. Should you really take those to heart and use them? Especially medically. You may need to want to know about this. You may need to want to know. Because if you're a person and you need a blood transfusion, right? I advise you to talk to doctors. The Jehovah Witnesses will advise you to listen and read up on Watchtower because they got all the answers you need in there. Now, let me tell you how the Watchtower got the answers that they got, right? They'll go up to a doctor, a real doctor, an actual real doctor. And the doctor, they'll ask him, if somebody loses a lot of blood, what should they do? Doctor will say, well, get a blood transfusion. Okay, yeah, but if they get, if they lose a lot of blood and they need a blood transfusion, but anything else they can do? Get a blood transfusion. That's the best thing you could do. I mean, yeah, maybe. What if there was no blood transfusion option available? Then what they should do? Like, you would still need to save their life. What would they need to do? It has to be something else that they can do. And the doctor would begrudgingly say, like, okay, well, maybe they can get, like, blood fractions or maybe just keep up the fluid, the volume inside, the veins, and maybe that'll save them, And they're like, all right, cool. And they take that information, run back to the Watchtower, and then they write, so doctors say that you don't even need a blood transfusion and that you'll be just fine with blood fractions. Like, this is my thing. There's no doctors working in the service department. You know Jehovah Witnesses. How many Jehovah Witness doctors do you know? Not a lot. Because they've been told that they shouldn't even be going. You know how much school and time and energy goes into being a doctor? You're not a very good doctor if you're a Jehovah Witness. I'm going to put it like that. I wouldn't trust you to change a Band-Aid, let alone give advice on how somebody should save their own life medically. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wouldn't advise that. Because the crack team over there at Watchtower, their researching department, they don't really do research as much as they do confirmation. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't follow where the facts lead them. They just look for the answer that they want to have, Like, if I was at school, right? And the teacher was like, Jake, what's 2 plus 2? And I was like, 8W. She'd look at me and she'd say, wow, that answer is violently wrong. That's the worst answer you could have possibly given. Literally, one of those isn't even a number. That's the worst answer you could have possibly given. And then instead of me being like, okay, well, finding the right answer, I'm just like, well, you know what? I've done research ever since you told me my answer was wrong. And according to a half-blind, brain-damaged donkey, the answer is 8W. Teacher's like, wait a second, you asked a half-blind, brain-damaged donkey for the answer, and you are listening to the answer he gave? It doesn't matter who I got the answer from. It just matters that the answer I gave you is the right answer. Because you're not searching for the right answer. You're searching for confirmation for the answer you already gave. And that's what the Jehovah Witnesses do. They do it all the time. It's not even like a secret. When you go up to them and they doing research, you think they looking at the internet and they looking at what scientists are really saying? No. They're only looking at the stuff that will back up what they're saying. If they had something on the news right now today saying that scientists have found a boat, an ark, the ark that Noah used to save all the animals and everything, they've confirmed it, they've run scientific tests and everything, and it was a square boat. The Jehovah Witnesses would be like, yeah, I told you, yeah. But if they say they did the exact same thing, but the boat wasn't square, it was kind of ship-shaped or whatever, they'd be like, that old apostate mess, you can't be listening to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything that goes against what they're saying is an apostate message. You need not even listen to it. It's bull crap. You know what I'm saying? That's like me getting invited to a party, right? Me and my best friend, we go to a party, right? And then I walk over to the punch table, climb up it, pull my pants down, and drop a deuce in a punch. Now, 90% of the people at the party is going to be like, yo, who invited this guy? This guy is nuts. Yo, get him up out of here. Wow, this is crazy. Kick him and his friend. Get him out of here. And I'm sure if I asked any of them what they thought of me, they'd be like, I'm a horrible person. But I'm not going to ask them. I'm going to ask my best friend that I came with, hey, what did you think of what I did to that punch bowl? He was like, boy, that was legendary. I didn't think you was going to do it. Oh, man, they should make a statue, a monument of you because you're amazing. That was the best thing ever. You're an amazing human being. And that's the only thing I'm going to listen to. Because I'm not searching for whether or not I was right or wrong. I'm searching for confirmation. Because that's how you run a cult. Like I said before, they'll only bring new light. They'll only admit when they're wrong, or they still don't even admit when they're wrong. They'll only bring forth new light if it affects them legally or financially. That's it. If they sitting there like, oh man, it's getting a little dark up in here, they talking about taking money and locking folks up, we need some new light. And that's how it go. That's how you get your new light. Whenever something is going wrong, financially or legally, we get introduced some new light. And I'm like, oh man, a lot of people are dying because of this blood doctrine. Maybe y'all should accept something, you know? Oh, okay, I guess we can do blood fractions. Because before they were doing that and all the people was dying, oh, it was a huge problem. Huge problem. People was dying all the time. That's why I'm like, yo, you cannot trust the information that you get from Watchtower. I don't even know if they'll lie to you about where they got the information from. They'll just tell you, well, you know, I looked here and I looked there and we've confirmed what we said, what we've been saying for years. Like, come on, man. If y'all not even willing to do research on the governing body and on the religion itself, how can I then trust you on anything? Because I can tell you now, if the people at the crack research team over there at Watchtower were doing honest, unbiased research and going where the facts led, that wouldn't have a research department. They wouldn't. Because how are you going to explain the overlapping generation without being a crazy, insane person? How can you do that? What research is going to prove that to be true? How are you going to explain that you're in bed with the League of Nations or whatever? How are you going to explain that? Explain to me the crack research team who saw that and was just like, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they've been saying this is a horrible, worldly, Satan-led part of the world, but yeah, it makes sense. They should do something like that. I can see why they need that library card. No, man, you got lied to. You've been lied to. So yeah, while y'all out here basing life and death decisions on stuff that Watchtower has given you, just know that the research isn't fact-based. It's confirmation-based. If anybody wants to confirm something that they're going through, that's what they're going to look for. You're going to look for confirmation. They don't look for the actual answers. They never do. If you ask the Jehovah Witness a question like, well, can you explain this? And they say, well, this is why it is. And you say, no, this right here proves that it's not that right there. They're going to say, well, you know what? I'll get back to you. And then they're going to go search heaven and hell to find the answer that the answer that they gave you previously to confirm that answer. That's the only thing they're looking for. They're not going to look to see whether or not the thing you said is true. They're going to only look for a way to tie in what they said to you. So it's hard. You can't really argue with somebody that only looks for confirmation for their own answers, you know? You can't argue with them, and you definitely can't take what they say serious. You can't. If you find a truth, and it's a hard truth, like the other day, I know I keep talking about the slavery thing, but in the Bible, it said that you could beat a slave. You could beat him until he almost not even alive no more. But as long as he doesn't die in like the first day or two, you're fine. You won't even get in trouble for that. I told somebody that. They was like, no. Nobody would ever say be cruel. Being cruel is something that God would never be okay with. And it literally says in like like somewhere in Peter, like you got to be faithful even if your owner is cruel. Saying slaves to be faithful to your master, give yourself to your master, even if they're being cruel. So yeah, the Bible says, yeah, you might get whooped up on from time to time, but it's okay. This is all sanctioned by God. So yeah, the bigger point is, don't listen to the stuff that comes across Watchtower, because they're not looking for answers. They're looking for confirmation to stuff they've already told you. All right? I hope everybody have a great day. It's your boy, Jay the Comedian. Holla at your guala. Deuces.